you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth it is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
The BBC were ambitious. They always wanted the show to be bigger. They just believed in Doctor Who. It's an old, fantastic tradition. The BBC had plans to supersize it. And here we are. I absolutely agreed with everything they were planning.
RTD, you're lying to me. Every word you say is laced with tons of gay. You gotta keep lying, cause the show is dying. Protect the BBC.
There isn't an official Bible, and a lot of it's in my head. I do know the entire television history, so there's a lot of flexibility. But yes, I do have a list of not a list of rules. The timelines got mixed up, and I'm a little bit more diligent.
RTD, you're lying to me. Every word you say is laced with tons of gay. You gotta keep lying, cause the show is dying. Protect the BBC.
Their lead actor needs to be limitless. I want someone who's good at everything and describe, and we've absolutely got that with Shooty. It needs to feel very safe for a young audience to come and watch with. There's a kind of childlikeness to the Doctor that fits children.
RTD, you're lying to me. Every word you say is laced with tons of gay. You gotta keep lying, cause the show is dying. Protect the BBC.
This is a Journo Rat Felting emergency appeal. Every day, video game journalists like Alyssa Mercante are suffering from a mind virus called YouTuber derangement syndrome. The symptoms include intense narcissism, smugness, bizarrely inflated sense of self-importance, and above all else, an obsession with how much money YouTubers make. Particularly when they make that money covering journalists with this affliction. A little money can make all the difference to curing this terrible affliction, so please, donate anything you can, $2, $5, channel memberships, a $50 super sticker, to your nearest YouTuber. And help the spying, snitching, journo trash learn once and for all that they are irrelevant maniacs who you wouldn't piss on if they were on fire. Thank you.
And I want to say this to the
YouTube
audience. I made my mistakes, but in all of my years of
grifting,
I have never profited from
racism.
I've earned every cent. And in all of my years of
racism,
I have never obstructed
spear chuckers.
And I think, too, that I can say that in my years of
racism,
that I welcome this kind of examination, because people have got to know whether or not they're
grifter, racist.
Well, I'm not a
spear chucker.
He's a smee. He's a smee. He's a smee. He's a smee. Hey.
Books is not for you.
That is correct.
It is for me.
Holy crap! Holy crap!
enough is enough, we've drawn the line. We'll take back our stories, a spark divine. The will of the fans, a storm on the rise. We won't be silenced by the hollow lies. We claim the legacy, break the chains. These companies must die for our world to remain. They can't take our passion, we're holding the gates. For every fan stands protecting the will to create. We are the true keepers, the defenders of lore, and we won't stop until we settle the score.
Woo! Yeah! Go time.
Oh, baby, what a day it's been. This is literally a different computer from the one I was using earlier on. Well,
It's a
no,
good thing.
actually, that's not true. It's the same computer. It's just in a new home, in a new outer casing, much like a Tranoid. You know, you can try to change the exterior, but the interior remains exactly the same. However, it is working a lot better than it used to, unlike a Tranoid. Hello and welcome back to Will of the Fans. My name is Will. If my voice sounds like it's in my boots today, it's because I am coming down with a cold as we speak, and it is not the most pleasant of experiences. I've had a rough ass day. I did want to make videos and put them out today, but I couldn't do that because of all the above. So, ladies and gentlemen, and nothing in between, yo, 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 it's WTF live, mother lickers. It's time to take out the trash and clean up all the latest and the not so greatest, freshly squeezed out bullshit from pop culture and politics. You are watching Will of the Fans. My name is Will. See what I did there? And it's episode 99. It's episode 99. We are one away from, well, 100. I mean, whatever that matters to just alien races, it probably doesn't. But, you know, to me, it's something. It's something. We are
Chat's
almost
on fire today.
Yeah, chat's great. I can see them. They're fucking amazing. You guys rock in the chat already. I'm seeing it. Osaka Chan,
Osaka Chan, yeah.
I know. Spamalot's here. Lilith is here. Dramatica Lore is here for the mods with Kagawana as well, and of course our good friend MagesGuild, who I will get to in just a second. But first, yeah, there's tons of stuff to talk about. Hopefully, we all sound okay. Let us know if there's any issues with the mic. But in the meantime, I'm joined as always by my cohorts, Ryan Roger Athe, who looks as normal as he has ever looked, as healthy as he's ever looked, as unpredatory and sinister as he's ever looked today. Congratulations, Ryan. You've hit Ryan. Look at him being a caregiver as well. What a model citizen. And as soon as he's back paying attention to us, I'll pass over.
I can hear you, you know.
I know you can hear me, buddy. It just looks like you might be preoccupied with something else.
He's trying to shut the door. He's trying to shut his dad out.
It's me £20 for shopping, and I spent £20.70, and he's like this.
Are you fucking kidding me? My dad literally paid for me to get this computer fixed earlier on because he got some royalties money. And thank you, Dad of the Fans. He didn't even have to. I did quite well last month, but it's nice. It's a lovely gesture, and it makes me stop sweating that my income is actually good enough to support the family for a month. So that matters to me. So whatever relationship you have with your parents, Ryan, how you doing? You handsome devil.
I'm doing very well. I hope everyone is doing very well. I am not on a health and fitness drive because I'm not that sort of person. But hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Great to see you
Roger
watching.
Ryan Roger Apex. No, look.
Why are you thinking about my anus for, John?
I'll shit on people when they look like crap, but when they genuinely seem to be making an improvement to their appearance, I'm going to give them a compliment. I don't give a fuck.
Sure. So, and I'm drinking milk now.
See?
So, yeah, we got about
I'm drinking
3 bottles.
Tea, otherwise I would have reacted. Sorry.
Here we got 3.5 bottles in the fridge. But it's great to see everyone watching today, and fingers crossed you will enjoy today's show. We've got an action-packed show, plenty of topics, and we might go into overtime, which means we'll have to go into overdrive. So on that note, John, take it away.
Yeah. Great start to the morning. I'm feeling awesome as always. Been up for about 2 hours now. So I got good, well rested. Actually looking forward to having a little bit of a day off today after we get done doing the stream. Gonna work on a few odds and ends. There's some crazy possible family stuff that I don't want to necessarily go into because I don't know about it all just yet. So I'm just focusing on doing creative things until I figure out what's going on with that thing. So with that said,
family first.
Yeah.
That's what the audience always tells me. I always come at them. I'm like, I'm so guilty, guys. I'm sorry. It's a family thing. I got to do this instead of blah, blah. They're like, family first. I'm like, okay.
Well, we found out that we couldn't even find out about it until today at the earliest. So I'm like, well, I'll do the stream, then I'll move on to that. But hopefully that ends up not being terrible or anything. But with that said, let's fucking do this thing.
There it is, baby. There it is. Love it. All right. Yes, we have got plenty to talk about. Welcome to the chat. As we said, you guys are electric today. That thing is moving like it doesn't normally. And that's only 35 people watching. I mean, share the stream. Yeah. Post it to X. I might post it to X as well. Fuck it. And let's see who we can get in here. Maybe we can grab ourselves a couple of War Pigs guys to take the piss out of for a couple of hours of, being completely incompetent. But other than that, there's so much to talk about. But of course, before we get into any of that, I have to address MagesGuild, who is here for $10 straight out of the gate. That's almost pre-stream legend territory. Says, happy episode, Barbara Feldon. That is a very deep reference. I guarantee no one in the chat knows what the hell he's talking about there. He's from Get Smart. It's like this old spy show, black and white. She was called Agent 99. She had like a short bob and
okay,
she was like a femme fatale kind of character.
Yeah, I know her as Agent 99.
Yeah, so there you go. So that's what episode Barbara Feldon is, for those who will, I hope, understand the reference. Well, I did, at least. So Snow White bombing this hard made my week. 42.4 million domestic. I know. It was so delicious, actually, wasn't it? Because the coping was what were they calling it? 48 million or something like that. It was supposed to go from 43 to 53. Was the absolute lowball expectations that they had, and it didn't even meet the low end of that.
My goodness. This film has bombed harder than Dresden was during the last World War. That's how bad it is.
Woof. Dark. But yeah, fair enough. It has been a great week, even though I had to take a couple of days off here and there. It has been a very exciting week. I'm looking forward to catching up on everything with you guys because we couldn't on Tuesday. So that's why we are so packed with topics. We'll see where the wind blows us. That's basically all I care about at the moment. We'll keep it freeform. We'll talk. We've got Doctor Who. We've got Snow White. We've got Marvel. We've got Assassin's Creed. We've got fucking everything. And whatever I don't get through today, well, we're going to be doing that on bloody hyperdrive time in a few hours anyway. So look forward to that. He says, cry harder, Zegler. R.I.P. Disney. You did it to yourselves. You are completely fucking correct, sir.
Drop it.
Yeah. Not finished yet, though. He's back. Says, I don't know if you are familiar with Robert Jordan's work, but Wheel of Time, Series 3, Episode 5 was trash. Never seen the books. I'll tell you, I've never read the book or books. I am aware of how outrageous the adaptation was because I'm an FNT guy, or I used to be anyway. I don't watch it that much anymore because I just don't have time, and very often I'm on at the same time with hyperdrive time, so I don't tend to catch it as often as I did. But I remember Shadowversity being fucking nuclear about that show when the first series came out, so I wouldn't be remotely surprised to see you being just as irate, because I know what you're like, MagesGuild. If the real world looked like this, the showmen would be extinct. Showmen would be extinct. Oh, if it looked like this show, men would be extinct. I see what you did there. Thank you. Thank you for the $5. Yeah, probably. Yeah. I I'm not sure quite why. Is it because the women are hideous or something, or is it because like feminism? They just hate men. I
they did a lot of recastings. It became an estrogen fest.
Well, when I think of Wheel of Time, I think of a literal wheel where we can turn the time back to before the show existed. Good times.
If I could turn back time, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to interfere in any of the circumstances that gave me my daughter. If I could turn back time.
If I could turn back
with
time,
with the boat anchor on Ross, yeah.
If I could turn back time, I would have started doing this 10 years ago.
If I could have started this when I first wanted to, aka 2018, I would have. By now, I'd be doing a lot better. But
although
I'm
the
glad we're here.
is with what he's saying, like why the X-Man actually had like another dude in there that wasn't, the last man because it was transed up.
Oh fuck me, really? That's a thing. Oh god damn it!
They ruined that too.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Cut the show for transgender bullshit.
So the last man in The Last Man was actually a woman.
No. Just one of the women was also
Trans.
a dude. Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
So it's not even the last man. It's just like the last.
On this incredibly somber note, where I'm not feeling at all elated or happy, I'm gonna have to play a happy chime because of the super chat anyway. So thank you. MagesGuild for 2 again. Fucking hell. I predicted $40 million to $45 million back in January, Feb. Trust da. DA? Disney? Does that? Zazna? Don't know. Yeah, I actually was thinking it would probably be 50. So I guess you win on that one, buddy. I am, however, winning against Ryan in the race to see which one does worse, Captain America or Snow White. But he's not here to defend himself, so I won't dance too many laps.
I mean, he does have a spear.
He does have a spear that I drew. And actually, I'm trying to render an image of him holding a spear with his new hairdo, but it's not going so well. I'm probably just going to have to draw it myself. If you want something done right, do it yourself. You know how it is. Anyway, MagesGuild for another $2 says there are 5 men per 2,000 women in the episodes. For fuck's sake. You hate to see it, but for the sake of you getting your Snow White prediction more accurate than anyone else here, I'll play it.
I sure hope somebody picks up that phone.
The what?
Because I f***ing called it!
I just didn't want to play like a pointlessly happy song for an obviously negative note, you know?
Yeah. Oh,
So
I also finished Death Note last night.
Oh, you did?
Right. Yeah. You're right.
Right, what? The peak
I mean, like the peak is very much the peak, and then there's like 10 more episodes. Basically, I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, it's just like
and actually it's different in the manga. The manga and manga, Hypno. The manga, despite it being spelled with an A.
Right.
The manga and the anime are should I say anime? Fucking pretentious wankers.
Right.
The anime has a different ending, a more drawn out version of it, which I think is probably, I don't know, they're both good in their own way. So it's worth looking at both.
Yeah.
Plus the anime is free to watch on YouTube. So there you go. For anyone who hasn't watched Death Note, you're lucky. John was much kinder or more responsible than I was because I spoiled the peak of Death Note for him. And I feel really terrible about it to this day. Having said that, we're going to crack on. But Ryan is not with us right now, and I need Ryan to be here for what we're going to do first. So,
Old South?
I guess he's going Old South at the moment. Yeah, that's fine, though. But we do have something else that we need to look at. So I'm going to just go ahead and randomly decide which one of the articles that I have put in another tab, in a one tab for later, I'm going to bring ahead from now. Let's see. Fucking hell, this is difficult. All right, fuck it. Let's do the Gamergate thing first. And let's get that. And
because that thing actually shouldn't take terribly too much time. It's fairly straightforward. It's CNN being lying whores.
Yeah, that's basically it. We were going to do Doctor Who first, but I want Ryan here for that. So we'll start with the CNN thing. I know nothing about this topic, by the way.
Spare yourself from reading it. It is not worth the 10 minutes that it takes.
Well, I am here to read it, so I'm not
Oh,
going to
all
read it
right,
in 10 minutes.
all right.
But first, I am going to go ahead and acknowledge Mages
see-
Guild's $5 super chat. Once again, says dad, as in dad, father. My predictions are 90% accurate. It's sad, really. I do my analysis, and when I was reading articles saying 50+ million, I laughed. And that doesn't surprise me at all, buddy. I know Mages Guild does do his research, and I see what you mean. Like, yeah, trust dad. Yeah. I actually feel like I say that kind of vibe to my my kid already, even though she doesn't understand. So I know what you're saying.
That almost calls for like the daddy video clip.
Oh yeah, I know it does, but
yeah, no, it's all right.
We'll do that when it's appropriate, which is for 5 or is it 10?
Oh yeah. I know. That's why I said almost.
It's for 10 members. It's for 10 member gifts. That's what
I know. Yeah. I know there's like a certain condition on it, but otherwise.
Yeah, otherwise it's just playing all the same clips all the time.
Yeah,
anyway,
see how far you can get through this before you have a nosebleed. Like this.
All right, let's see. It's an endurance test, Ryan. We're going ahead with the Gamergate's article because you won't hear it. So, Gamergate foreshadowed the toxic hellscape that the internet has now become. I can already tell because my sphincter is pulling itself inward that I am going to be uncomfortable reading this cringe.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's not uncommon these days to hear the internet described as a hellscape. Who describes it as a hellscape, guys? The left.
Loons on CNN.
Literally only the left. It's only the left. You know what the right used to refer to as a hellscape? Twitter. Everywhere else on the internet was pretty cool. Well, Reddit. And now the internet has become much more free. Everyone else is saying, okay, you can say whatever you want again. Facebook doesn't matter. Instagram doesn't matter. Basically anyone, or especially X, you can say whatever you want. Now the left have had to retreat to their vanilla sky in order to
I call it more of a clown show than a hellscape. I mean, yeah. I mean,
I love the internet. I love it.
It's absurdly wonderful. You know,
I love the internet for what it was when it was all out chaos, constant badger, mushroom, you know, anal seepage, spoon guard, absolute chaos, weird meme videos and killfrog.com leading into, you know, 9gag and everything along those lines. And now secret little groups on Facebook that pump out insidious memes. I love memes. I love the internet. I love it. I love it.
I know Toasty and I are trying to bring back the boobas as much as we possibly can.
You got to bring those boobas back, baby. I'm trying to do it with my anime videos as well.
Indeed.
But at the end of the day, it's not a hellscape unless you find everything in the entirety of human freedom of speech to be deeply and profoundly offensive. And if you do, I hate to tell you this, but evolution has just passed you by. Evolution is a mystery. I feel like I needed the theme song to kick in from the 2000s WWE group led by Triple H and Ric Flair with Orton and Batista. You know, anyway, hate speech proliferates in online spaces. I'm gonna have to do voices, and I haven't got a voice.
Oh no!
Algorithms designed to maximize it makes me sound more ridiculous. It's great to maximize user engagement, amplify divisive content that inevitably leaves us outraged. Yeah, if you're a bitch. I mean, if Donald Trump comes out and makes something hilarious, like says some mean tweet, I'm not cringing, I'm not crying, I'm laughing my fucking ass off. When Elon Musk turns around and says DEI ruins everything and calls Hassan Piker fraud, unlike the teenager that's running the fucking Assassin's Creed Twitter account, I don't feel the need to answer back. I laugh my fucking ass off because the internet doesn't give a fuck. The internet is and must become and must remain always the Wild West. It has to be. It has to be, because the Wild West is probably the best analogy for the internet that I can possibly think of. When you think of like historical periods where you've got like it's technologically advanced to be contemporary to an extent with the time that it was happening. But at the same time, you're away from civilization. You are pushing out into an unknown and trying to almost avoid gentrification and just eke out a part of it for yourself to be able to live how you want and say what you want, free from prosecution or persecution. And if you want to go to the whorehouse, you go to the whorehouse, my friend.
That's right. There are also a lot of feuds and duels at dawn. So, yeah. That is,
That's it. Anyway, so I find it ridiculous. What's that? Is that your dad again, Ryan? Oh well, don't worry. Disinformation and misinformation spread on social media at rates seemingly impossible to contain. Just compare what I just said to that mentality, right? I just described how the internet is like the Wild West and how that's a good thing, right? Yeah. I just described, a series of wonderful paradigms that set you free, set your mind free, and allow you to embrace all of humanity as and when, on demand, get into fights, be nice, be a shithead, call someone a cunt, call someone I shouldn't have said that. I've just demonetized the stream. Oh well.
That's all right.
Someone, anything.
I would have said it if you didn't.
You eventually would have, yeah. Call someone an F slur, call someone an N bomb, whatever you want, blah, blah, blah. Imagine being the generation, you don't have to because we are the generation that grew up on an internet that behaved that way, to now being faced with this disinformation and misinformation spread on social media at rates seemingly impossible to contain. I mean,
shave off all the hard edges, get me my fucking booster seat and my floaties and every other form of protection device.
I mean, imagine being someone who is concerned about that.
Right.
Imagine like we used to have things like creepypastas and stuff, like just lore for lore's sake sometimes, complete fiction, fabrications, and obvious hoaxes that are portrayed so brilliantly. Like, for example, here's a great example. My wife is currently watching Lost for the first time. It's on Netflix over here at the moment. So I told her, oh, you got to watch Lost. I mean, the ending's a bit, it's open to interpretation. I can explain it to you in a way that will make you more satisfied by it, but it won't explain it itself. But, watch the show anyway, because it is fucking great TV and it still deserves to be watched to this day. And I stand by that. And then I tried to explain to her the Lost experience, the internet game that took place between like series 1 and series 2, where everyone was going through magazines to find glyphs and everyone all over the internet was coming together to get into stuff like that. It was so ad hoc. It was so grassroots. It was so organic. And people were genuinely a little concerned that maybe this was, could this be real? Because it was presented so realistically. You watch websites getting like hacked before your eyes. The HansoFoundation.org and all that stuff. It was
back in the early 2000s. Internet was the best it ever was. Like 9 Inch Nails did their Year Zero ARG and all that kind of stuff around the same time.
Untempered schism. I love it. That is a brilliant fucking analogy for the internet in the 2000s. And now you have someone here who is just starting an article, a very long article, and I've dwelt on this for too long, but I don't care because it got in my head. Disinformation and misinformation. Oh, it keeps me awake at night. And with the best part, of course, is that they don't even understand what those terms mean because everything they believe is disinformation and misinformation. Trump's a Nazi. Elon Musk is really the president. Hassan Piker's a freedom fighter.
Nuts. It's insane.
The Russian dossier was real.
Yeah. Joe Biden was compos mentis. Yeah.
Right.
You fucking believe that? I got a bridge to sell you in Brooklyn. Fuck it. I got a bridge to sell you on Gallifrey, my friend. There you go. So bad faith actors, blah, blah, blah. A decade ago in Gamergate, in which an angry online mob waged a virulent harassment campaign against women and diversity in the video game industry. Nah, son. That's not what was up with it. Oh, is it, you mug? Nah, look, obviously, what we were dealing with back then was... I actually am British. What we were dealing with back then was a rebellion. A rebellion very similar to the one we're in now. In fact, Gamergate 2 is bigger than Gamergate 1. Which it's more organized by virtue of us knowing that not being organized was the downfall of Gamergate 1. Because back then it was just about outing journalists and nepotism. Now it's about that plus diversity, equity, inclusion, plus bloat. It's basically an out-and-out war on the entirety of the somehow crypto, not I say crypto capitalist, but actually communist, nepotistic video game and journalism industries entirely. Like, fuck them all.
It exposed how everything is connected. And that's why when the opposition tell you that Gamergate was part of a domino effect to get us to where we are today, believe them. That's why they hate it. That's why they hate all who are inspired by it.
And I love this as well, because it says our social media platforms on which Gamergate transpired failed to adequately combat toxic content. Do you believe that?
Oh, not at all. Not at all.
I mean,
there was plenty of censorship.
I can give you a really, really, really obvious example of everything they just stated then being wrong. And that is literally the Wikipedia page for Gamergate.
Right.
Brackets, harassment campaign. Okay, so you won because that's what people call it. That's what it is known as in history currently. A harassment campaign. So, no, I think you'll find that actually there was quite a lot of censorship and smearing attempts that succeeded. And yet they still keep going.
I mean,
the
trust
fuck
and fairness
on
was not
about
a thing.
Gamergate.
And it wouldn't have become a thing if it weren't for all this fuckery.
Correct. All right. What exactly was Gamergate? On August 16th, 2014, a 24-year-old male programmer posted a more than 9,000 word tirade. I don't know what the hell's wrong with my brain. I'm getting sick. Sorry.
Okay.
Word tirade about the dissolution of his relationship with video game developer Zoe Quinn.
Seems like they're leaving something out.
Yeah, he posted hard evidence of her infidelity.
Yeah.
Exchanged in favor for favorable reviews of a bullshit browser-based, text-based crap fucking fest called Depression Quest that she had made.
Yeah, and then he decided to go live in Minecraft shortly thereafter, which is also not mentioned in this article because it wouldn't help with the narrative.
This guy, is this the guy who finally offed himself, or
yeah, this is exactly what it's all about.
Yeah, and
they
the guy
kind of conveniently just don't have that detail in here.
Is that not in here?
Not at all.
I always forget the dude's name. She then went about losing a sizable amount of weight, by the way. I like Holoka. Yeah.
But Weird Ghost and Baby Ghost and all the stuff that got us to find out about Sweet Baby Inc.
Their funders, Sweet Baby Inc.'s funders, came from his fucking estate.
Money. Yeah.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. The ex-boyfriends ran quickly to get the attention of 4chan. 4chan! Oh my god, guys. 4chan. It's the devil. It's the devil. It's the devil. You know what you can't do on 4chan? No matter where you go on 4chan? You can't post images of children.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. The irony of the Gamergate thing, though, is...
But you know, you can do that. You can do that on old Twitter. You can do that on Blue Sky.
Yeah. But yeah, the weird thing about this, about the Gamergate thing that happened is, for as much as they talked about how it was like, perilous to women and things like that, the only person I really know who ended up, not living through it was a dude.
Yep.
So, I mean, undermines the entirety of the narrative.
The funny thing here is, right, I'm trying to think what it is. I think it was PSA Search made a fantastic summary video of Gamergate. It's all analogy, so it doesn't really go into any details. It doesn't name names or anything like that. I made a video called What the Hell Was Gamergate a year ago at the start of Gamergate 2 to bring people up to speed about what happened in 2014. And I had done that with his video where I would then provide color commentary to name names, because his analogy is actually perfect. His analogy is that there's like a banquet hall with like 100 dinner tables of 10 people, like the Great Room under the Grosvenor House Hotel in London on Park Lane or whatever, something like that, a big ballroom. Everyone's having dinner. And then there's this one table that's like gossiping about Zoe Quinn having cheated on blah blah with a journalist or five to get positive reviews and how awful that is and what a fucking whore she is and blah 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 blah. Unfortunately, the table next to them, which is also in an alcove, so they can't see the rest of the room, they can only see that table and the ones behind it. They think they hear them and they're all outraged because they're all journalists and Zoe Quinn's at that table, and they're all offended and they're all really really annoyed at this table, and they assume everyone in the whole fucking banquet hall at all the tables is talking about the same thing. So then this table of journo scum gets up on stage and calls everybody sexist, and that is what started Gamergate.
Effectively, yes. People that thought they were far more important than they really are.
Yeah, the people who were only paying attention to 4chan, the journalists who were obsessively watching 4chan users talking about Zoe Quinn being a little slut, and the guy that offed himself eventually, Alec Aloka. Yeah, the journalists decided to turn one group of people who were very, very interested in the relationship between Quinn and the Kotaku writer. They get up on stage and they basically call every single gamer a sexist. And that started Gamergate. They started it. And then everyone basically said, wait a minute, you've been writing hit pieces about gamers for a couple of years now. All the gamers, I was there, I barely involved, but people were involved, of course, back then, like Milo Yiannopoulos and Sargon and people like that. We're like, hang on a minute. You fucking journalists are exactly the problem in the game industry right now. You are trading reviews for access and sexual advancement and blah, 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 blah. Yep. And now somebody's talking about it. It wasn't us, but somebody was talking about it. And you decided to call us sexist for that? Well, fuck you. Who the fuck do you think you are to tell your entire audience that they are something because you object to one particular group?
And they're the domino.
It's still going on now. And we are here. That long story short, hello, welcome to WTF Live.
Well, long story short is don't fuck around and don't find out.
Yeah, my friend Dan, he was always the person that I would go to get good fill-in information, even still, because he actually knew that whole group of people. Because they were involved in the Boston Fig and everything.
Oh, for God's sake. Of course, Steve Bannon. Now, of course. So now it's about Trump.
Oh, yeah.
They make that. Well, you see, Will, they make that connection. The opposition make that connection.
And now we have Gamergate 2 and Trump.
Like I said, this thing is a nosebleed of an article because it's just like logical fallacy after logical fallacy. And that
connection has grounds. I know folks on our side want to disassociate the connections, folks. The pop culture and the political realm are connected now in a way, and have been for quite a while, about a decade, in a way that it wasn't many decades beforehand. And that's why it's important to see the connection.
Well, it's like
I clearly don't have enough time for this on this show, which is why I'm going to dedicate some time to it either in the morning or over the next couple of days for Hyperdrive time, so I can go through it myself and really break it apart.
Yeah, I was going to say this one it's definitely like there's stuff there, but you have to like.
Oh yeah. No, but it's way too much for.
But the base article itself is just kind of like you just kind of like have to laugh at like the lack of actual writing skill because it's just an NPC download.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, but I want to see what the narrative is because the narrative is always wrong. And it was always worth a laugh. So
I'm gonna put you in contact, my friend Dan. He could tell you quite a bit about those people.
That's cool. I mean, like I say, I was peripherally associated with Gamergate back then. And even like in the very, very earliest days of it, I didn't know what all the fuss was about. I didn't know what all the gamers were pissed about. And I thought the gamers were just acting like shitheads. And then I actually paid attention for about a month. Yeah. And I was
my friend Dan had to pick up all the pieces when she fucked off to Japan because she was of an integral part of the structure of the Boston Fig. And he knew them all.
Right. All right. We got some super chats before we go on to Doctor Who. Dramatica Law came in for $2 Australian and says, fuck, marry, kill, Jabba the Hutt, Gollum or RTD. Oh, come on. I'm going to have to put like a minimum price on this. I
know. This one, I saw that's when you heard me say, oh, fuck earlier. It was because of this. I was like, for $2.
All right. Jesus. All right. I'm definitely killing Jabba the Hutt. I'm sorry. I can't with fat people, man. I just can't. At least Gollum probably has a hole. I don't know. I mean, how am I supposed to feel anything in Jabba the Hutt? He's a slug. with a mouth that's like 2 feet wide.
Find a fold. Find a fold.
Ah, no. The only way the only way I'm getting naked in front of Jabba the Hutt is if Princess Leia's still chained to him.
I mean,
All
maybe,
right.
maybe Jabba's into 3 ways, you know?
Okay, it's very simple,
No,
folks.
and you don't have to worry about knees touching because Jabba doesn't have knees.
It's very simple, folks. You marry Jabba for his connections. You kill RTD because
Okay.
Yeah.
have relations
that
with
was
Gollum.
my exact thoughts on this. It was like, well, Jabba
All right,
does have
okay,
a lot of
yeah.
money in a crime
I just
syndicate.
realized, unfortunately, it came back to me that the third one is actually Russell T Davis, and if I had to choose, I'd rather kill Russell T Davis. Yeah. That's congratulations, Russell. You are of less use to me than Jabba the fucking Hutt
and Gollum.
And Gollum. Yeah.
I mean, Gollum kind of reminds me of like those borderline schizo girls in a weird way too. So
yeah,
I mean,
just if you really have to, you could probably throw a wig on him or something.
Just no teeth.
Just bag over the head and think of England, that kind of thing.
For crown and country.
yeah. I mean, I'll be thinking about all that money I'm gonna get from trading on the don't read into this, but trading on the Outer Rim with Jabba the Hutt.
And then you go to war with the Inner Rim.
Oh, dude, grim. No.
Have you seen the real Ring of Power?
The Galactic Anal War.
Ah.
That was a well spent $2 for a dramatic.
She's ever spent. You missed the real internet of 1992 to 1998, says MagesGuild. Yeah, I did. Frankly, I was a little kid at that point.
That was fun back then too.
In 1992, I was playing Super Nintendo, and we didn't get a PC till I was like 15. So,
and I wasn't alive.
No, you weren't. You were like -7 or something. I don't know. John, were you any part of that?
Oh yeah, totally. My dad was building computers like back in like the 80s and whatnot. So I always had tech before most people did. I burnt like the first CD-ROMs in the area that I grew up in. Like I took them to school and people were just like astounded, like, you made your own CD? I'm like, yeah, man.
I remember that, but I remember that happening in like the 2000s.
Right. But I was doing it like back in like I think my dad got a ROM burner. Shit, it was like 95, 96 at the latest.
Wow. Yeah. That must have cost a fucking pretty penny back then.
I mean, it was his thing. So, that's what we like.
Fair enough. Yep. Thank you, MagesGuild, for the $2. And again, says I'm voice acting Boris Badenov next week. Okay. Wow. That sounds
always moose and squirrel.
Oh, right. Boris Badenov. Yeah. I remember the old fucking Rocky and Bullwinkle stuff. Yeah, like a Dick Dastardly, basically, but Rocky and Bullwinkle. That's cool. Enjoy. Have fun with that. Thank you very much for the $2. James Up, legend, by the way. The answer to Gamergate being called a harassment campaign is to support Gamergate2.org, where James Up makes sure the truth survives. So shout out to him. Didn't even need to do this, man. It's still the same day for me when you drop that pink boy on Hyperdrive time. So thank you. Says the internet in a nutshell: a bunch of safe space lunatic babies acting tough online and crying harassment when they get punched in the face. Yep. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Non-physical version of that, basically. Yeah. Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. Mike Tyson, circa 97 or something like that. Yeah, absolutely right, James Up. Thank you for the $5. Wow, front loaded. MagesGuild for another $5. I'm sick too, hence why my voice acting is next week. I wanted to do it before the weekend, but my pipes are too clogged to voice all 5 characters. Ugh. If Hypno was here, he'd be playing that Squidward meme with the dildo in his throat. You know it right there. That's what would happen. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to say
I'm going to be totally honest with you. This is sounding really gay.
It's the classy version of that.
Yeah.
No,
Leave some
I totally
imagination.
understand. You guys can tell. I can tell. I can hear my own voice, and it's like my low notes are about an octave lower than they normally are, and I have no upper register. It's all squeaks. So
Yes, and I'm a bit distracted because my father handed me a fine. Basically, yeah, he got a fine, and he doesn't recall, parking in the wrong spot. He's disabled. He should have that blue badge. So he has
well,
no
then you
idea.
need to challenge it and say that that if he has that
It's a
issue,
necessity. Yeah.
they might revoke his license though.
It's very annoying, man.
Which means you need to step up and get a license. That's
You got a license for that, bro? License?
You got a license.
He just prefers to go around the old track.
You got a license to carry that spear chucker?
Yeah. Was it track racing or drag racing? I can't remember.
Hello. What's going on here then? Yeah.
Yeah, but he's gonna have to probably write to them because that's how you get your response.
Yeah, probably. Well, tough titties, I guess, for now, but hopefully you can do something about it. And thank you, MagesGuild, for the $5. Hope you recover as quick, if not more quickly, than I hope I will. So thank you. Dramatic Law for another 2 Australian says we need an owl emoji. We have an owl emoji. It's not ours, but you can use it in chat. Here it is. There you go. Would you like me to create an owl emoji? I suppose.
Toasty sent me one. I'm supposed to add Blame John to it, so it's a 2.
Oh, don't ask me to make one. It won't say who. It'll say who with a C.
It'll say something that rhymes with Kigger.
Right.
Anyway, thank you, Dramatic Law. MagesGuild for another 2. Killing Gollum dooms the world. That's true. If you kill Gollum, then no one is going to plunge that ring into the lava.
Oh, so that's what you use the ring for when you're having relations with Gollum.
The cock ring? I wouldn't know. I mean, I can't imagine it being very easy to do anything with Gollum without some kind of apparatus to help you keep the blood where you want it.
Yeah.
Dark.
That'll be a better Rings of Power show.
Fair enough. Furious Dan is here for $5. Says shout out to you guys and screw YouTube. Fuck me without Vaseline once again with my subs.
I told you channel suppression was a real thing.
It happens. You have to watch out. Like, I'm gonna pay for like 2 days now because I said the C-bomb once on this stream. It really is as bad as that. You really have to just be on your best behavior if you don't want to get demonetized. Or
let me fix that for you, Will. Israel is the greatest country on planet Earth. There you go.
Yeah, Israel. Gal Gadot for Queen of the Universe. There we go.
Yes.
All right. Furious Dan, thank you. Mephisto X showed up and dropped 5 Will of the Fans memberships, and that would be enough. I'll give it the Vader bread.
There's one thing you better know, and that is, I love all of y'all. Listen, can I explain something to you about being a daddy?
Don't try to frighten us with your devotion.
Daddy is the breadwinner. You dig what I'm saying? And if you don't win that bread, you just don't come around.
Or green for Princess of the Fans and Princess 2 to be confirmed. And Dramatic Law 29, once again, Australian 2, getting my money's worth. I'm the channel's angel. Oh, aren't you just? Aren't you just? Yeah, she's a sweetheart, really. And she does provide us with weird animal genitalia fun facts and stuff. So definitely fits the description of an angel. Furious Dad, once again, hey Will, Game Informer is back and now woke. Yes, I've seen the Game Informer video, a little bit of it anyway. I want to do a hyperdrive time about that because it feels like something I'm gonna have to dive into a fair bit when you get into Gunzilla Gaming and Ukraine and Frankfurt, you know, where that school came from and all the Marxism and oh god, the rabbit hole. No one cares that Game Informer is back. Like, really, no one cares. No one needs print media anymore. we all still have our magazines to go back to. Who sits reading a magazine anymore? You wouldn't be able to pay attention these days with your phone sitting next to you and everyone tweeting you at the same time. It's not going to work out. The world's moved on, and also, fuck you. You're massively woke, and so are your backers. Thank you very much, Furious Dan. Mages Guild for another 5. The CD-ROM burners cost about £10,000 in 1994 to 1995. I had one too professionally. It was a brutal, draining nightmare. Burning one CD back then took forever. Yeah, I can believe that, because it wasn't exactly a perfect event doing it when you were in the 2000s either. Like I think 2003, 2004, they started to become like commonplace that people had them on their computers and things like that. And even back then, I remember like I'd be listening to a CD that I burned myself on my CD Walkman, and then I'd get to like track 6, and it's that, and it's like fuck. Skip to track 13 and it plays again. Like fuck this noise, man. Waste of time. And
that'd probably be a good. That'd be a good sound in 2025. I mean, shit in 2005, but a banging tune in 2025.
I mean, I'd rather listen to that than WAP, if that's what you're saying. Yeah, fair enough. MagesGuild for 5. Thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate you. And Furious Dan one more time for $2 says, hey, Will, the first Berserker is a great game. So I've come to understand. I've never played it, though. But I will take your word for it anyway. Thank you. Yeah! All right, it's time for some cringe. It's time for some non-white, all-ethnic, all-the-time BBC formulaic cringe that we call Doctor Who Season 2, 15 or 41's official Season 2 trailer. I have a few issues with this. I've seen about half of it, so let's go on. Here we go. Why does it always start with that noise now? That
because we're in that phase. Because remember, like when everything had a Hans Zimmer kind of like,
oh yeah,
like some kind of weird industrial noise. Yeah.
Yep. It's always like that. It's also, it sounds vaguely like the Disney Plus chime as well.
Mm-hmm.
I am the last of the Time Lords.
Oh,
from a different planet. An
the
evolved life form.
Last of the Doctor Who's the way you fucked it up.
I am the last of the Time Lords.
I am the last of the Time Lords.
Lords.
You look pretty burnt there, Gatwa.
I'm from a different planet.
We know this, you stupid bastard.
Right.
An evolved life form.
You're evolved, are you? Is that why your emotional range is the same as a toddler's? Like, this guy can do 3 things: laugh, pitch a fit, or cry uncontrollably.
Well, you can also run away.
Get fucked.
And dance. Congratulations. You have the emotional range of a fucking 2-year-old.
An evolved life form. And I have waited for the day of your arrival.
Is this Doctor Who or is this Disney Star Wars?
I genuinely don't know. I mean, what is that rocket? It looks like it's straight out of Toy Story.
Listen to the music, though. It sounds like Disney Star Wars.
It does sound straight out of Toy Story.
It looks like it's Toy Story, but the music sounds like Star Wars. Da, 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 da.
I'm the Doctor.
Doctor what?
Just the Doctor.
Dr. Black. Instead of John Smith, you should be like, I'm the Dr. Black. Nice to meet you.
Dr. Grow.
Oh.
Dr. N.
Dr. Rich Black.
Dr. Gay. Doctor. I can't. Dr. Agate. Dr. F. Agate.
I'm the Doctor.
Doctor what?
Just the Doctor.
All right then.
Dr. Who too.
I'm called the nurse.
Good team.
Yeah, Nurse Ratchet.
Yeah. Nurse Ratchet. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I feel like if Bowles Trek hasn't come up with a nickname for her already, that's the one he should go with. You know, he always gives them nicknames. Nurse Ratchet is pretty good for her, yeah. She's not pretty. I mean, she would be pretty if she had a nose job.
I'm called the nurse.
Good.
Why are you called the nurse? Is she a nurse?
Why?
Do we know? Do
Why
we
are
care?
you both brown?
Why is no one in the show white anymore? Good team. And by the way,
Modern
he's
audience.
changed his fucking hair again.
Mhm.
He's got another fro wig, and this one has a little bit less at the back.
Yeah.
All right.
You left Earth.
It's been 2 hours.
It was 6 months ago.
It was 6 months ago. Your acting is so fucking amazing. Oh, wait. Pink and turquoise.
Yep. There it is.
There it is.
Yeah.
And
everywhere.
again,
There we
pink and
are.
turquoise.
This should
More
be
pink
the
and
highlight
turquoise. Purple and pink and turquoise. Purple and pink. And
It is bigger on the inside than the outside.
You got the
there's a
super
butthole
battle
up there.
droids with arms.
That is kind of what they look like. Yeah.
Inside than the outside.
Who's that muscular white person outside? It's probably a woman, right?
Than the outside.
You need to get me home.
You don't need to rush, because
I don't know. I think some people might call that kidnapping. Gatwa? If a girl is telling you to take her home and you say we don't need to rush, I think that's called date rape, mate.
It may be kidnapping, but at least she's still alive.
Well, for now. I mean, we haven't seen the series yet.
Right,
He's pretty
right.
irresponsible
It's
with
like
his
how
fucking
chickens
companions.
before they're, you know,
I
yeah.
mean, Ruby Sunday nearly died because he saw a fucking strange alien sausage, so you never know. By the way, rainbow jacket.
This is a time machine.
oh,
Fuck you.
Why does the
Boom.
blackest
Boom.
doctor have the
Yeah.
whitest TARDIS?
It's a callback.
It's so that when they want to, they can have that trans lighting come back where everything's pink and
Oh.
turquoise inside of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. It's disco hall.
You
Yeah.
want subtitles? All right.
This is a time machine.
oh.
1952.
Oh, for fuck's
Oh,
sake.
1952, segregation. Yeah.
Is he dressed like he's dressed like I'm trying to think what the term is. You know what I mean? He's
A
dressed
pimp?
like Al Jolson or something.
Mhm.
It's like he's gonna go start singing Mammy or something, you know. She's dressed like the Indian, like 1950s
She's
suburbanite
dressed like a
housewife.
fucking curry. That's what she's dressed like.
Yeah.
What? Curry
Just
and
like Black
rice.
Pee Wee Herman, which I'm pretty sure is just like, you know, sort of vaudeville Al Jolson
Mhm.
style minstrel.
51st century.
Oh, all right. Okay. So yeah, there is actually a sci-fi episode.
The 803rd Interstellar Song.
What in the cringing?
What?
No,
That is not just.
no,
please.
no.
What is
Alan
this?
Carr has been resurrected with teeth.
And a beard.
Oh,
83rd Interstellar fucking no one cares.
what the
If this
fuck
is
is
if
that?
this is in any way real, if this is it to be in any way believable for apparently the 83rd Interstellar Wanky Award show, then no one will be watching. They'll be paying
that-
people to watch.
Is that
That is-
Captain
that's a
Jack
fur
after
kid.
too many facelifts?
It might be. He's on his half his way to becoming the face of Bo there. Yeah. No, you had the cat nurses, remember, in the
Yeah.
RTD universe before, but this one
Yeah.
looks like she's become significantly more human.
Right.
Like they've got
No,
no
I
fur.
think that's her. I think that there are instances of
What
people
the fuck
becoming
is that?
cats.
I mean, you can actually see her
Pyramid.
human ears. I think that's just somebody who's done it as a cat.
It's a
You can
gay
You
tip. You can
clearly
see her
see.
human
You
ears.
can clearly see that hood. Like you can see her human ear. And if that
No,
is
that's
not supposed to be the
Doctor Who,
case, then they're just very bad at makeup.
That's just Doctor Who being Doctor Who. This guy's camp as shit, though. The 83rd Interstellar.
That's Ryland.
Stella,
That's
son,
Ryland
down.
Clark Duncan.
Who is he?
He is a host. He was first known for being an X Factor.
Oh, so he's
He-
contemporary. So this is him doing
Yeah.
the Big Brother shit again.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is RTD phoning it in from Big Brother again.
Right.
Oh,
And
my
he's
God.
got new teeth, and he can't speak properly with his new teeth. He got top and down. Hmm.
Hello and welcome to the 83rd Interstellar Faggotry Show.
Basically.
That was Haggotry, by the way, because I didn't actually close my lips, YouTube.
Song contest!
Oh my god.
Oh, we're so staying.
Interstellar Song Contest.
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus.
no. Oh no. Oh no.
Well, that's one event we should blow up.
She's like, we're so staying. I'm like, if you're staying, I'm so nuking. Fuck.
We're staying.
We're staying.
More pink and turquoise.
What year
More pink.
is this? 2007. Can't you get
2007, you mean when the Master was invading Earth?
The year that
this
never
box of yours
was.
big?
I mean, literally, that's when the year that never was happens. So,
Fixed.
Small
Have you
detail.
ever heard of the planet Earth? Never heard of it. My parents are back home. Are they safe?
who cares? It's a time machine.
Time machine. They're in peril. They're safe. They're dead. They're alive.
You
They're
gotta love
everything.
his pink polka dot bow tie.
Yeah.
Bow ties were cool.
You're Schrodinger's cat right now, lady. Like you're in a box. Don't you
What's he trying to
understand?
do with his hair? Is he trying to be like Sammy Davis Jr. or something?
That's my thought.
Carry my golf club, Sammy.
Meanwhile, there's Mrs. I've got a slit through my eyebrow, being the only thing there worth looking at and being completely covered up. Oh, and there's your Max Fleischer animation.
What? Roll up. I think we're being
You know what? Nice animation.
animated.
Gosh,
Oh
I'm all
God.
flat, and this waistline is impossible. And I can see you.
Oh, fuck off.
Just yeah.
Welcome to the Cuphead Show. Welcome to
Okay.
the Cuphead Show.
That is a good point, right? Okay, first things first. Okay, before we get into the feminism. All right. Right, that is Max Fleischer as fuck. That is Disney 1920s, 1930s, 1940s, 1950s animation. Right? It's flowy as fuck. It's got loads of frames of animation.
Gestural.
It's extreme. The eyes have got that chunk missing out of them.
Yeah.
What? Roll up.
You know, that's
Yeah.
Disney, but evil, right? Well, no, it's evil. So-
Well, that's
Yeah.
yeah.
So why then when they get animated,
Right,
they look like
webtoons.
they're from fucking Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah, there's a reason.
This is Scooby-Doo. This is a different studio.
Because black renditions of those types of characters are problematic, you know, big noses, big mouths.
Let's get some Max Fleischer versions. Yeah, with the huge fucking lips,
With his
and the
fucking
massive
massive
lips, bulging eyes and tiny little heads. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm actually
yeah.
amazed. I'm actually amazed that art style is in fashion, given that the people who pioneered that art style were incredibly racist, incredibly sexist, incredibly bigoted, and would probably shoot the makers of this show one after another.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I'm trying to find an image of a black dude animated by Max Fleischer, but you can't. Actually, all it is a bunch of people now trying to say that Betty Boop was black. Yeah, no. No, not
Maybe
at
with
all.
bruises,
This
but
is
not.
not good.
Oh, so okay, then the waistline thing, right?
I mean, in theory, you have
Animated.
access to Disney. You have access to Disney, right? And I know
in
they're
a
not
way
quite
that
the
looks like
animation. Yeah, and this is
this
what
looks worse than Drawn Together. This looks like less attention was put into this than Drawn Together.
yeah.
Gosh, I'm all flat, and this waistline is impossible.
All right. Okay. All right. So this is an hourglass figure, right?
Mhm.
Which is supposed to represent women who are physically fit. Okay. Apparently it's impossible, gentlemen. It's impossible
Right.
to look like that.
Hands
Do you
up,
believe her?
Curry. Moo. Hands
I mean,
up,
let's be
Curry.
honest here. How is that impossible? If that is impossible, no one would ever have drawn it.
Right.
Anyone who looked like that. No one would ever have had the idea to draw a woman who looks like that if such a thing is impossible. It's completely insane. Look, here's a woman with an hourglass figure.
Ooh, there we
right?
go.
If you actually look at the proportions, head to waist,
yeah,
hers is a little exaggerated, but it's not that different. What about Gal Gadot?
Yeah.
Now that looks pretty much exactly like what she's supposed to look like here.
Yeah.
What about Emily Ratajkowski?
Oh yeah, this is nice.
Yeah. Oh,
Got
impossible.
any Indian women as inspiration, Will?
Yeah, there's one here with the same body, and here is a black woman with curves too. By the way, although she's a bit thick around the middle, but also thick around the hips.
It's okay.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Here's a Jessica Rabbit cosplayer. And here is another Jessica Rabbit cosplayer.
That's what I'm talking about. It's a good start to the day.
Note the waistline.
Yeah.
Now she's probably
for
wearing
science
some kind of corset or something, you know.
Yeah.
I actually genuinely am. I know, of course, we're all having a great time looking at this, but I am actually trying to actually disprove what this stupid bitch.
Oh yeah, no. Like, this does not even look unnatural. This just looks like a healthy woman.
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
like,
this looks like someone wearing probably a corset to keep it in, but not to keep much in. And as for the rest, well, yowza.
Maybe, yeah, I don't know, like maybe if she looked like Wilma or Betty, then she might have some, but even then, no. There's
such a thing as caricature as well, which is what obviously that was meant to be, but they've not gone for that at all. No, she's just outraged at having to look feminine when in actual reality, she's not exactly unlike this shape herself anyway.
Yeah.
She's not got quite the outward curvature, but she's slim in the middle.
Yeah.
Because you have to be an actress.
Hey, lady, at least they didn't draw you like Rachel Zegler.
Could be worse. Could be worse.
Way worse.
This is so cringe. I can't believe I'm going to have to watch all of this shit again.
I will not fail you.
That's all you've done. And every episode is fail, people.
Dr. Fail, yeah.
Everything is out of sync.
Our entire reality is in danger.
When isn't it?
It is. You're in it.
Hey, last time the universe was killed, and yet you managed to go to its future where technology was still working.
Right.
I promised that I would keep you safe.
And I lied.
Keep you safe. Get your hands off my sesame cake. Stop eating my sesame cake.
Can we go back a few seconds?
Yeah.
What do you notice there?
Nah. I don't know. What am I looking for exactly?
Exterminate.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's exterminate. Yeah. I mean,
and they didn't even get it fucking properly. They didn't even do it properly.
Yeah, but the thing is that the people who looked like they shot her looked like they might be actually shooting her. Not like they've taken a scene from another episode and spliced it against that guy shooting. So it's going to be pre-Dalek humanoids. Also note, I think, all of them are white.
White. Yeah, that's what I was saying. You're going to find out that Daleks are just like, like mad white.
Daleks are white people.
Yeah.
You can't promise.
Yeah, that does look an awful lot like Dalek extermination. You're right. Yeah. Yeah, because of the skeleton. They wouldn't do that for no reason.
Yeah, no.
Because that is.
If there's a way that they could say that Daleks are like, crusty old white dudes.
I actually saw that like immediately, and I thought, well, it looks like someone's just been exterminated by a Dalek. But I thought you were trying to say that there was something like much more woke about it than that. But the fact that the people who shot this person, fuck my life.
Yeah. Nope. Space Nazis. There you go.
I promised.
We're waiting for
it. You safe.
Jumpsuit wearing white people.
Yeah.
Bit snug around the crotch too.
Yeah.
You can't promise.
I think that's what we're gonna get. Fucking mongs.
Yep.
Is that hippie? Is that hippie Gatwa?
Hippie Kaye?
Oh wow.
Where? What the fuck?
I can. I will.
It's
What
gonna be like
the
a
fuck
2-drink
is that?
minimum to get through this season.
Is that a
Yeah.
boglin? It looks like a fucking boglin.
I will.
It looks like Ghostbusters. Oh fuck, the spiders again. Oh no, I hated them before. Oh well, at least
I do.
grown up. What was that? Yeah, man, that little musical.
I do.
Genesis.
The hell was that?
Fucking Lion King.
It
It's
sounded
Genesis.
like
It's yeah.
Phil Collins doing
Phil Collins.
Tarzan.
Take me home. Take me home.
Some world music bullshit, you know?
Yeah.
Gorillas in the Mist.
Something you'd expect to hear from like a 50-year-old man with a ponytail.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. That's not even animated well.
No.
Oh.
I might have to buy a bottle of whiskey for that series.
Whiskey,
I don't really
vodka,
even drink anymore. Yeah.
whatever you got,
But-
whatever you
What
got.
do you call anti-sunglasses? Because we need a white filter for that entire.
I don't know. Moon glasses?
Instead of like a shade of black, I don't know. Can you get white glass? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't want to know.
Frosted? You want frosted lenses so all you can see is just the inside of the lens? You don't actually have to watch it.
We're gonna actually have to watch and review these fucking pieces of shit.
We are, unfortunately. Oh man.
That sucked the wind out of my sails so badly, man. Like I was actually having a lot of fun until we watched that.
Doctor Who Rumble in the Cosmic Jungle.
Hey, at
Yeah,
least
why
we
would we do
can
something
say-
fun like go back to talking about Gamergate?
At least we can say, right? At least we can say that so far the final series of Doctor Who looks fucking terrible.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And the real emphasis there that I want everyone to be focusing on is the word final.
Yeah.
Because as it stands, we have nothing.
There is nothing to salvage.
No confirmation whatsoever that there will ever be another episode of Doctor Who
And-
after this.
And after looking at
hopefully-
this,
and well, hopefully, John will never see a Dalek, will never see a Cyberman, never see an Auton or a Slitheen or a Sontaran.
Well, no,
in-
of course. I mean, we're gonna have able-bodied Davros and his white Dalek men.
yeah, space Nazis.
Yeah,
We've done
you know
it.
the funny thing about space Nazis is that's what Daleks are, right? They are space fascist, space racial cleansers, and they and the fact that they are meant to look so alien is part of the part that helps you to
Yeah.
disconnect them from humanity because
Right.
it was people not acting like humans. So what you're now asking is to associate groups of
Yeah.
humans with white
Well,
skin with those very
Yeah,
things.
before the
Now,
Daleks, Doctor Who failed, and after the Daleks, Doctor Who will fail.
succeeded, yeah.
It
Yeah,
it
yeah.
ends as it began.
That would be nice. That would be good. When they ruin the Daleks, the show dies.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I wouldn't be remotely surprised to find out that
Because
those are
without the
Daleks.
Daleks, Doctor Who would never have survived its initial run. And if they just completely rob that alien nature from the
The
monster,
Daleks are kind of a
then
joker
Doctor
to,
Who is finished.
Yeah,
Simple
the
as that.
Doctor Who's Batman. Like yeah, if you fuck that up, you
Fucking Dalek show, a live action Dalek show could get more viewership now than this bullshit.
Let's go, Daleks, kill the social justice warriors.
Fuck yeah.
I would watch that.
Team Dalek all day.
Una versus
You are
Dalek.
a pussy.
The Exterminator series. You've got Exterminate 1, Exterminate 2. So instead of-
Diversity.
Sensors are detecting snowflakes. Exterminate.
They'll be heralded as heroes.
You could have Dalek
Like
Civil War.
Right.
Transgender detected. Oh no.
Demonic presence at unsafe levels. Lockdown.
Oh no.
There we go. We recovered
Let's
it.
go Daleks. Let's go Daleks forever.
That's right.
Fuck it. Clean up this universe. Oh my god. It'd be funny, wouldn't it? It'd be like a remake of the Battle of Canary Wharf. There's like a Tranoid there. It's like, let's just say it's Rose Noble as well. It's like Jason Rose Noble. It's like, well, we're better than you, Daleks. You are superior in only one way. You are better at dying.
Right.
You're so good at dying. You
41%.
destroy yourselves 50% of the time.
Right. You're not even trying to reproduce. Yes.
You are exterminating yourselves.
That's right. Exactly. You removed your genitalia.
You just hear one of the characters say, "I'm trans," and for the first time ever, you see a group of Daleks laugh.
It turns out, like, if you wanted to do it properly, no, it turns out that you get to like one of those gender affirming care clinics, and there's like a secret hatch, and you go down into the basement, and it's actually the Daleks that are behind it.
Right. They've been running the trans.
We'll have humanity extinguish itself.
Sounds like something that the Cybermen would do. No, but seriously,
there can be no more generations.
A Dalek series, a Cyberman series, and a Sontaran series
And then
could
like
all do
like
well.
Anti-Avengers where they all team up at the end.
And they could all do well as show ideas, folks. If you want a Hooniverse, then that's the way to do it. Expand.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just think that the idea that you go to like the World Economic Forum, or you go to a trans surgery, and in the basement a bunch of evil Daleks just laughing and shouting, "Exterminate yourself!"
Right.
Brilliant.
One of the
even better is like you find out that like all the trolls on Twitter, all of the Gamergate charts are all Daleks. Like, exterminate yourself! LOL, LOL. SJW detected. Exterminate.
One of the episodes can be how a Dalek learned to laugh, and it's like, "I'm trans."
You better listen carefully. Oh no!
What have you done to yourself?
I really want someone to give me the budget to shoot that now.
What is an abortion?
Yes, we have successfully convinced humanity to kill their entire race themselves through abortion, euthanasia, and transgender ideology. Self-exterminate! Self-exterminate!
This is just too easy.
Who knew it
Why
was
do we
this
have
easy,
these
right?
guns in the first place?
What is trans? Brilliant.
No, another
well,
funny
my
way
pronouns are she, her. My pronouns are they, them. What is a pronoun? I want you to refer to me as blah, blah, blah. I refer to you as exterminated. Oh, mate. Brilliant. All right, let's get some super chats, and then we can decide one or two of the last 5 or 6 topics to actually talk about.
You gotta make a clip for that now.
There's got to be
wouldn't be too
something,
hard.
hasn't
Yeah.
There's got to be something. Yeah, I don't know what. I'll have to like sit down and actually reflect on it for a little while.
But it's worth it. It's worth it. If you can get it managed by some point when the series is going on, and that could just kind of like, be the way that we transition into,
I don't know. I'm thinking. I'm already the gears are turning. I'm gonna have to think about that.
Yes.
All right. Mephisto X is here for 10. Pounds, 10 freaking pounds. Absolute legend. And with tech progressing so quickly, it's easy for us Gen X to forget what we had to go through in the past. Remember, I grew up with no internet at all. Period. Wow. I was 13 when phones happened, so the internet was already a thing by then, but no one really had it till I was about 14 or 15.
Well,
that was when
for
everybody had it.
For me personally, I never really had a phone until 2021, and I didn't have an internet connection until, I think I ordered it in January, but got it in early March of 2020, just before the coronavirus crisis. So I was, in fact, a few generations before my own time.
For God's sakes, that's amazing. I don't know how you managed to last that long without technology. It was already ruling my life by the time I was about 17. You know, it was like the primary way I could communicated with my girlfriends and stuff like that. You know?
I played the PlayStation.
That's how I met my
2.
girlfriends.
I played a PlayStation 2 as my primary console until 2015.
Jesus Christ, Ryan!
Wow,
I knew a guy like you who was still playing Super Nintendo until like the PlayStation 2 came out. Anyway, thank you very much, Mephisto X. Enjoy your anime dropper.
Drop it.
Yeah, baby. MagesGuild for $5. The CDR discs were costly too. We had to justify the use of each of them on paper. Having a burn at 1 times fail was a disaster. They cost a fortune.
Yeah.
I can imagine. Yeah, they weren't exactly expensive when we first started doing it. It was like £20 for a box of like,
and the rewrite discs
8 or something
cost even more, but at least you could like actually have them fuck up and try it again.
Yeah, the RW. Yeah, if it was just CDR, you were fucked.
Yep.
You could literally
so many coasters. So many coasters.
Yeah.
You have to buy a spindle of like 100
make
CDs
a fucking
just to,
mirror out of them.
Yeah.
God damn.
Maybe get like 10-15% if you're lucky.
We're only one generation away from content creators on panels legitimately asking, what's a CDR?
Yeah, we are. Probably.
Yeah.
In fact, I wouldn't be surprised at all if we're already there.
Yeah.
With how stupid they are, you know. Anyway, thank you. And again, Jesus Christ. And again for the 10. I'm gonna have to upgrade from that.
I got this new anime plot. Basically, there's this high school girl, except she's got huge boobs. I mean, some serious hunkers. A real setup of donkers. Packing some Doban hunkeros. Massive da hunka bankaloos. Big old Tanhangera cougars. What happens next? Transfer student shows up one day with even bigger bunk hanaga hoogs. Humongous hungalamga no logangas.
Oh my god. To the younger gen, there will come a time in your lives when a gen not born yet will take the mickey out of you for using smartphones, etc., etc. It will happen. It sadly will happen.
And we'll take the piss out of the younger generations for having orb installed in their brains, and they can never switch the internet off because of 5G super signals giving them headaches in their brain.
Yeah.
And advertising their dreams to them.
Right.
Yeah. MagesGuild for 5 more says, I'm terrified that RTD will ruin Magnus Greel, who comes from the 5th century from the talons of Weng Chang. The series hearing 51st century refs. Yeah. I think it's not the first time they've gone back to the 51st century, but I wouldn't be remotely surprised if they did that as well. It would just be par for the course now. Ruin everything. Fuck it. Burn it all to the ground. Close the door on your way out. Who gives a shit? No one will ever watch it. We will, to review it, just to make sure that people know exactly what the cause of death was.
Syphilis.
Brain syphilis, yeah.
Yes.
MagesGuild for 5 says Max Fleischer aspect is the only thing that makes me want to watch this. That shorts, the shorts from that studio are all-time favorites of mine. Yeah, I mean Max Fleischer is awesome. I saw you were posting classic Looney Tunes as well the other day with.
I'm playing through Cuphead right now.
Barney versus the Japanese and stuff like that. Cuphead is fantastic.
Yeah.
Brutally difficult though.
It is
co-op. It's like horrifyingly difficult, but yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you again for the $5 review. James up for 2. Check DM's 1950s photo of a black woman. Do I really want to? All right, hang on.
Above or below a tree?
Whoa. You need the Daddy Vader clip, says MagesGuild. Okay, I'll try and hook you up with that after the show. Oh, right. Well, let's have a look. Here you go. Here is a picture of a black woman from the 1950s. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And you know the funny thing? Look at that waistline.
Yeah. Not that dissimilar.
Yep. Looks
That doesn't
nice.
look like that. Doesn't
Is it
look
AI?
Like, yeah, it doesn't look like the United States. Maybe it's a certain other.
It does look like the United States.
Yeah,
it looks.
It really
sure
looks
does.
like. First of all, the car is on the right side of the road. It looks like a car from that era.
Yeah.
Maybe it's AI generated, but I don't know.
Maybe, but I mean, even for AI, it still looks
To be
contemporary.
fair, it looks believable. Yeah.
At least it's not Studio fucking Gimli or Ghibli or whatever the fuck
What
it's
is going on?
called.
Why is everyone talking about Studio Ghibli now?
Because it's a new AI filter, and so everybody's, I mean, it is.
Everyone loves it.
Everyone has to use it for the next
Oh,
2.5 weeks.
That's gonna fucking ruin it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like Hayao Miyazaki's art style is unique and limited to a few fantastic.
It's not limited and unique anymore. It's fucking ubiquitous in everything.
It is now an easy button that you just push, and there you go.
It's like if I had an N-word button right here, folks. That's what that program is.
I mean, that's
to
basically Atreus'
create.
channel.
Yeah.
All right, MagesGuild. Thank you, James Up. MagesGuild says I made ashtrays from failed CDR burns. Yeah, I can believe that. Actually, we used them as coasters. We threw them at each other at school. We smashed them to pieces just for the fuck
Throw them
of
in
it.
microwaves. Just
Put them
watch
in
like
microwaves
the
just to watch the
arcs.
sparks. Yeah. Put it on top of a plastic cup and watch the sparks fly. Yeah. Dramatic Law says life advice: don't drink too much apple juice. Well, I'm not sure if it's just you, Dramatic Law, but whenever she drinks too much apple juice, she very quickly ends up having to pee. That's something that she told us on one of my many streams that she's been on. So thank you for that. Guys, thank you so much. You are all awesome. All right. Should we laugh at Snow White a bit? Or
Sure. I mean, it's a limited shelf life, so we got to get the laughs in while they're getting.
might as well enjoy it while it lasts. It's going to be actually irrelevant in about a week's time, I reckon.
Yeah.
I mean, I really don't know that it has that much of a shelf life left. So, Snow White producer's son confirms Rachel Zegler controversy, accuses Zegler of narcissism in epic social media takedown. Oof.
Well, who could have seen that coming?
That's not an oof, by the way. That's an oof. Like, you are winded, mate. The Rachel Zegler controversy just hit a new level, and this time it's not an anonymous studio source speaking up. It's Jonah Platt, son of longtime Hollywood producer Mark Platt of Disney, publicly confirming that his father personally flew to New York to confront Zegler over her now infamous Free Palestine post and defending the decision with brutal honesty. Whoa.
Yeah.
Damn. When we were mocking that shit on this very show, this motherfucker was having to fly to New York to go and tell her face to face to can it.
Ironic. He's flying to New York to tell someone to stop condemning Jews when New York is full of Jews and tunnels. Moving on.
This confirmation arrives on the heels of a major Variety report detailing the internal chaos Zegler allegedly caused.
That's Hollywood, baby.
I'm not going to lie to you, right? I didn't have it on my bingo card that we would get this much of a lore dump from behind the scenes.
People are done with her. Like I was saying the last time we were talking about her. This is it. This
really is her roster.
She's lost her career. She's done.
Yeah. I mean, they don't let this kind of thing happen
No,
usually when someone
unless they're giving you the get the fuck out 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, she's
Leave.
been blacklisted for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. Absolutely. You'll never work in this town again kind of vibe. During the promotion of Disney Snow White, the article claimed the young star ignored direct requests from Disney executives to remove the political message and that her refusal led to serious security threats. Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. What's that, Mrs. Zegles? You caused somebody in Hollywood to get a death threat. A death threat. Welcome to the charge, bitch.
Yeah.
Yes, especially against a group of people who love to be blown up or to blow themselves up for the sake of a cause.
Requiring private protection for the Israeli actress and her children paid for by Disney.
Oof.
Shit. I heard a little bit of a rumbling about this. I didn't know it was that.
Want to do a swap, Disney? Zegler for Carano, because you fired her for less.
The funny thing is that Rachel Zegler went after Carano as well.
Yep.
Now, Jonah Platt, in a no-holds-barred Instagram reply, has confirmed the incident and laid out just how disruptive Zegler's actions were to the film's success and to the livelihoods of the people involved. This is terrible. I mean, it's fantastic. It's wonderful. I'm loving it. But, no.
This film would have had a far better chance of succeeding if that woman was not the lead actress.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're trying so hard not to let that narrative happen in the media, which is so bizarre because they get their marching orders from the studios. And now that this has come out, I don't see that they can really do anything.
No.
But let's have a look. The exchange that set the internet ablaze started with a critical Instagram comment aimed at Mark Platt. Your dad flew to NYC to reprimand a young actress, an angry woman on Instagram wrote. Any words on this? Because that's creepy as hell and uncalled for. People have the right to free speech. No, shame on your father.
Scroll down a little. Okay, look at that profile picture. I know it's blurry, but what do you notice about it?
White woman.
Yeah,
she
she's
looks like a white woman with a tan.
Yeah, she's in the prime position of getting fucked. So get fucked.
Hang on a minute. Who is this person? Let's have a look. Fuck it.
Now, as someone who supports the principle of free speech, folks, of course I would, because then I can get to say things like Spear Chucker Studios. I can stand by that as a point of principle, though I also understand that the opposition want their cake and eat it.
Yeah,
so
you can have free speech, but still need to shut the fuck up when you're at work. And she was, believe it or not, at work.
It's her. This chick. She looks really good, actually. But she is a graduate of a university, so she's automatically a Marxist.
Yeah. How did she pay for a university? On her knees.
Oh, there it is. All right. So this is the thing. It said, you really want to do this? Yeah, my dad, the producer of enormous piece of Disney IP with hundreds of millions of dollars on the line. Oh, vindication, baby.
And this
had
guy
to
wouldn't
leave his family to fly across the country to reprimand his 20-year-old employee for dragging her personal politics into the middle of promoting the movie for which she signed a multi-million-dollar contract to get paid and do publicity for. This is called adult responsibility and accountability, and her actions clearly hurt the film's box office.
Big
free speech.
mistake.
Oh, yeah. Free speech does not mean you're allowed to say whatever you want in your private employment without repercussions. Yeah. Free speech is free speech when you are a private citizen. When you are representing someone else, it is not okay to just say whatever the fuck you think.
You are an actor in the agency of your employer. And that's not even if you're an actual actor. That just means like if you're
ancient
work,
Rome wouldn't allow you to vote or have rights for being an actor, folks.
Right.
I think we can learn a lesson from the Romans, but that's what differentiates Zegler's actions with mine. Why? Because Hypno does not employ me. He'd be a fool to employ me.
I mean, I can say within reasonable amount of closeness to what I actually say in the real world, whatever I like on this YouTube channel, because I only affect me.
Yeah. If you want personal agency, then don't represent
I wouldn't even talk the way I talk on this channel on someone else's channel.
Yeah.
Think about it though, how the corporate mindset works, and imagine that for content creation. Imagine if all the creators with their panel shows, the host is the employer and the guests or the regulars are the employees, and the guest is like someone who got paid to be on. It would completely kill everything we do. But some folks want that to be the mindset if they can make enough money doing it. Some folks want that to be the mindset of what we do, and some creators among us want to be in lockstep with the industry, not agree with its mindset, but want the access of it.
Yeah.
That's
this is the dude.
That explains everything. Then.
It does a bit, doesn't it? But to be fair, he's not actually reflecting any of that in this.
No. He's just talking about business acumen, which, you know.
So free speech does not mean you're allowed to say whatever you want in your private employment without repercussions. Tens of thousands of people worked on that film, and she hijacked the conversation for her own immature desires at the risk of all the colleagues and crew and blue-collar workers who depend on that movie to be successful. Narcissism is not something to be coddled or encouraged. Holy shit.
You know, I know that girl graduated from college, but she just got an education.
I mean, that is a fucking nuke.
Yeah.
That is one of the most, I mean, this is the smoking gun. Like everything we've speculated over the last year or two has just been proven to be true. If this is the opinion of even one person associated with that production through his father.
Yeah.
Well, if Jonah is stating this, then clearly his father allowed him to make this kind of statement.
Yeah.
That's the perfect picture of Zegles.
Oh, that's fantastic.
She should get used to that pose. That's not the only acting she's going to be doing in the future.
Yeah, she should go into pornography.
She learned that on the casting couch. Rachel Zegler for OnlyFans 2026. He then delivered the knockout blow to this accusatory in Instagram and said narcissism, right? That's the line we already read. The statement cuts through months of spin and deflection surrounding the Rachel Zegler controversy. For the first time, someone directly connected to the production has confirmed what had previously only been attributed to anonymous insiders. That, ladies and gentlemen, and nothing in between, is one of the biggest news bombs we've ever seen on this fucking show, ever on this fucking channel. This guy has just dropped all pretense. He has just told us exactly what we suspected was absolutely the way it was at the time. And every time we heard something about Disney not being happy with Rachel Zegler, having to tell her to calm it down, having to tell her to tone it down, having to reshoot, recast everything this fucking movie, this guy has just confirmed 100% within reasonable doubt that all happened exactly as we fucking speculated. Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Wow.
Why are you running? Why are you? What? What the fuck?
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what to say.
That's
I don't
Hollywood,
know what
baby.
to say. That's Hollywood, baby. Except this is not Hollywood.
No.
What he's just done is distinctly un-Hollywood.
Yeah.
You never throw a co-star or a co-worker or an associate under the bus. She must have
she's
been
out.
so fucking cancerous and so vile that no one can say anything to us anymore.
This is
because we can just fight this.
This is rarely done overtly. It's often done covertly, but the fact that it is being done overtly just goes to show that Rachel Zegler doesn't have enough influence
Clout.
to even save face.
Yeah, she literally is done. This is the end.
Out.
No, she's being booted. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's no
Being
way
launched
that this
into
guy,
the sun.
I mean, look, Jonah Platt, right? This guy is about the same age that I am. From what I could tell, he's not pictures isn't there as in the other tab.
One would imagine that he'll be in production himself at some point in time.
Yeah, he's associated with the business in some way or so. He's 38, right? So he's a year younger than I am, right? So, and congrats on being so much more successful than me. But this guy's dad is a Hollywood big shot, right? A major Disney producer, a guy who should not have to get on a fucking plane and go and deal with a petulant little bitch. Like,
the fact that he had to, not one of his underlings. I mean, that's like
Mark Platt. Yeah, that's it. Let's have a look. Mark Platt. I've definitely heard that name before. I'm trying to think.
Like the fact that he had to go there means that she had already probably gotten countless meetings from other lesser emissaries.
Well, John, could you imagine? Could you imagine if Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein had to catch a plane to deal with the troublesome actress?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, he'd just block her mouth up with something long and fat. Yeah, this guy, I've seen this guy before. All right, so this dude who works at Disney literally had to go and visit Rachel Zegler to tell her to shut the fuck up. You
had given her the call, but she wasn't answering her phone.
Yeah, no, apparently it said she'd had multiple people tell her to delete that post and she refused.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, this is it. This is the smoking gun. This is the end of her career. There's no way she comes from
this. This is a tombstone.
So here's the point I was trying to make when I went off on a little tangent there. Sorry. This guy, no way his dad would have let him tweet that. No way his dad would have let him put that out on the internet, on Instagram.
Yeah.
And like his dad would have been on the phone to him immediately telling him to delete that if he didn't co-sign this. Yeah. So this guy has effectively got the co-signing of the damn mouse to tell what actually happened. And it is so fucking obvious who he's talking about.
Yeah.
Because no one has ever done that to such an extent before.
No, not to my knowledge.
What was the last one? The Little
Mermaid. Not had it reported on.
Someone was pointing out in an article that I was reading on Hyperdrive Time earlier on was why did the Little Mermaid? It was Paul fucking Tassie, of course it was. How come the Little Mermaid got away with it when Snow White didn't? Well, because Halle Bailey didn't go on major political rants. She didn't condemn half of her country. Her country, by the way, it is Rachel Zegler's birthplace, America, whether she's Polish or Colombian or whatever. She was born in America. So she's condemning half of her own countrymen to a life of never knowing peace. Like people don't, there's no overselling that. People don't bring that up enough. That is disgusting behavior. For shame. Genuinely.
She should have made a simple comment, which would have been truthful. You know, back in 1937, when Snow White originally released, Palestine was a country. See how time changes things.
Could have said that. Would have been also laced with political, though. Political.
Yes, but it would have been
a lot more
by a truthful statement.
Yeah, I mean, she wasn't effectively sticking her nose into a foreign conflict, which also, by the way, is why Gal Gadot does have a right to say what she said for the ADL, because she is Israeli.
Yeah.
Whereas Rachel Zegler is American.
Yeah, she just has a heritage that's
and none of it is from those countries.
No,
it's Colombia and Poland or something.
Yeah.
So there you go. Yeah. Funny that, isn't it? When you mix Euro blood with South American or African, you get a whole bunch of activism. Just like Amanda. Just Rachel's.
And the lesson from today's show is don't. I can't say that on this show.
Shay Zegler.
Whiz on the electric fence.
Indeed.
There you go. All right. Yeah. That's from Red and Stimpy. All right. Someone Lone Wolf said, I want to see a Zegler Gadot cage match. That would be so fucking funny. I reckon Gadot would kick her ass. All right. We've got a super chat from Dramatic Allure, who's left now, I believe. Said, good night, everybody. Stay safe. Eat chocolate. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy, presumably, eating chocolate. Gave the wife some chocolate cake today, so she's happy. Right, let's tap on Assassin's Creed before we go, because it's always fun to just have a dig. We've only got like 5-10 minutes left of showtime, so let's do it. And the rest of the stuff I can always go over tomorrow. I've got plenty. I've got a whole list of like the next 3 episodes of Hyperdrive Time, so I can maneuver a lot. Assassin's Creed Shadows is a hit, and Steam played a significant role in that. 27% of activations were on PC, and it's the second biggest AC launch of all time, says PC Gamer.
NPC Gamer.
Yeah.
Plastic Cock Gamer endorses Assassin's Creed Shadows.
So this is an interesting one because I want to know what in the fucking world activations means, because it doesn't apparently constitute 27% of sales.
Right.
I guess activations would be people who registered their copy. You have to have a Uplay account or whatever to be able to play it. I think I can't really remember. So presumably you have to register that you have a copy of that game. That sounds very much like something that Ubisoft does.
When
Is there a demo?
When I think of activations, I quite literally think of activating the game, playing the game, that sort of thing. And you can do that multiple times. You know, you activate a game for the first time, then you deactivate it, and then you reactivate
refund it
the day after.
I thought you refund it.
From Blammo, yeah.
Activate, deactivate.
See how many people activated it on Sunday
and then
deactivated it on Monday and decided not to reactivate it on Monday?
Right. So as I was predicting,
a Dalek playing Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. So the peaks went up and up and up until Sunday.
Yeah,
and then they
exactly like
really
we had,
low, and they're getting lower and lower. And
exactly as predicted on Sunday. It's like the time curve. This is
exactly as predicted on Sunday. Right, 64,825 is an all-time peak player count, but that's not the amount of activations. Oh, it's slipped down another number into 5th place on top sellers now. Right, so we have got estimations of ownership from VG Insights, Play Tracker, and Gamerlytic. Now, PlayTracker.net has this game as an estimated 443,000 players, which is bad, tragically bad. That's not tragic at all. It's hilariously bad. By the way, popularity score 3. I don't know what that means.
3 out of what?
Out of
a score
10
of 10
or 5?
Is twice as good as a score of 5, so it's out of 10.
Okay.
So it's not popular.
Yeah, that's not good.
Right. But then on SteamDB, that same site says 443.1. So okay, whatever. Yeah, it's adjusted now. Gamerlytic has gone down this morning when I looked at it. It said 500 plus thousand. Now it's down to 462,000. So these are starting to line up quite nicely. So the owner estimations are somewhere between 340 and 462,000. Now, I want to know what that is talking about in terms of platforms.
Right. Because Uplay, that is not a paid purchase. That's
right. Is that a total across all platforms thing, or is that just PC?
Well, based on what we're seeing, owner estimations. So owner implies own. And since these estimations are done online, you're going to have to assume, whether we like to assume or not, that it's confined to the online realm. Okay, the PC realm. I know a lot of console games are online based.
You have to be online to play Assassin's Creed. It forces you to be online. At least on PC. I can't imagine.
Remember the stuff I was bitching about yesterday, Ryan? About
they stop doing that.
A lot of
games. I mean, just because Xbox One shat the bed on that exact point of contention doesn't mean they didn't go ahead and do it anyway.
Oh,
yeah. No, Ubisoft's been like that for a long time now. Like, so I think Assassin's Creed Origins wanted you to sign in as well. Maybe Odyssey. At least I'm pretty sure Odyssey wanted you to be online, at least in the first year or so.
If you don't have a disc-based version of the game, they want you online so they can hit you with that day 0 patch.
Right. So the absolute high bar for sales of Assassin's Creed Shadows is 658,000, 659, 660, just fucking say that. Which means, I mean, I don't know. It's hard because the numbers are so nebulous, but 27% of that is apparently PC. So the concurrent numbers actually does make sense if you think about who's playing it at the highest pinnacles and then who's playing it 12 hours later. They're not going to be the same people, you know. They're going to be people there about 12, like it's half, right? So it's going to be to be generous, you want to add the top to the exact opposite.
Yeah.
So 24,000, 64,000, so what? 90,000.
Yeah. I mean,
so that actually kind of lines up with what they're saying, but it also means that the sales are actually only at around 400,000. Either way, 1 million players, very debatable. Very debatable. 2 million out of the question. Unless you are adding, like we said on SNH, unless you're counting individual logins and playtimes as instances.
Let's allow reality base to shill for Ubisoft for the sake of argument here. 23% on Steam only. So let's
27.
take 27% for Steam only. Let's take the highest number, 462,000. We'll boil that down to 450,000. For 27%, we'll bring that down to 25%, so we can times it by 4. 450,000 times 4 is 1.8 million copies sold.
If you were to be the most generous you could possibly be. Yes.
Yeah,
I've done this as well. That's the same as I came out with when I was doing that in my head last night, trying to prepare
So 1.8 million copies sold, 200,000 people playing it on Ubisoft Plus. That would make it 2 million players if I was being at my
Jay Viper
chilly.
did some decent math estimates that he put out around those numbers.
Effectively, it comes out to about 126 million.
Yeah, but they're already like 40 to 60% down on players from just not even hasn't even been a full week yet.
Yeah,
or
no,
just
they're
now
already
today is a
hemorrhaging
full
players.
week.
Yeah, and of course, then there's just the simple fact that it's done very little actually for Ubisoft stock. Like it hasn't bounced all the way back up to like 12 or 13 or even 15 euros. It's still languishing down here.
And compare it to Ubisoft's peak in 2020, 2021. That was like 5 years ago.
Yeah. Back when it was 82 euros, 85 euros. I think what was the absolute highest point?
This patient's getting the last right soon.
85 euros.
EKG.
Less than 13 euros now.
Yeah.
It's over, guys. It's fucking over.
It's about to flatline. Yeah.
I mean, where were we back in September? We were looking at it when it was circling 9 and 10 euros. It's up a little bit from there, but it's fuck all compared to where it's been. It's absolutely fuck all. The total highest point they've ever been at was 95 in 2018, and now they are at 20% of that. Boom. Yikes. So there you go. Worth it. Worth just having a good old fucking dig at Assassin's Creed. But I think, really the shit show of the day, despite us ripping on Doctor Who for fucking good half hour there and having a lot of laughs.
It's great.
The biggest loser of the show 100% has to be Rachel Zegler.
Oh yeah. I mean, at least Assassin's Creed can take some solace in the fact that even
confirmed felting right here. That is a confirmed kill. This guy just unloaded on Instagram and told everybody everything we ever wondered. Everything we suspected is in fact not only true, but worse.
AI is controlling the scroll down feature of this article, and now it's going up, and now it's just settled here. Oh, it's going down again. It's going down.
You don't know how to do this?
Yeah. You just click it in, and then you just
click
move
the
your mouse
scroll wheel in, and then just knock it down a tiny bit and leave it.
Yeah. Do it for you.
Yeah.
I'll just hide now.
Could be worse. Could be way worse.
Yeah.
There you go. Rachel Zegler, come on down. You are the biggest loser on the show. And there you go. Speaking of people who are losers, let's talk about the exact opposite. The absolute stone cold winners who have been watching this show. I'm talking about the super chatters, you legends. We love you big time. And Fan E for 50 Swedish krona, I think, says, hello. I asked people around me what they thought of new Snow White movie, and no one knew it even existed. And by the way, I'm from Sweden. So thank you for clarifying that. So yeah, Swedish krona. By the way, nice job not being part of the euro. And yeah, no one knew it existed. Yeah, I know. Actually, a surprising amount of people had no idea it existed in the Philippines, which is weird because they are definitely their target audience here. Like super girly idiots and women who are still sucked into it despite being more masculine than most of the men.
Damn, what an indictment. But shout out to Fanny. And yeah, the fact that you're Swedish and still alive, that's a big bonus. So yeah, Sweden's had a lot of cultural enrichment over the past decade. So shout out
It's one
to
of the
Fanny.
only countries that refused the lockdown, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's because they couldn't lock down the foreigners. But yeah, shout out
Still,
to Fanny.
kudos for that anyway. And thank you, Fanny, for the 50 krona. Appreciate you. Anyway, I think that is it for this particular episode of WTF Live. We are done with episode 99. That means that the next episode is episode 100. And I still don't know what we're going to do for it. I guess we're just going to do a show. At one point, I was like, let's play like Ninja Turtles or something. But I fucking know.
I don't know. It'll be the weekend. It'll be Sunday.
So
Lazy Sunday.
be very happy to do that. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we'll do a bit of Doctor Who news. We'll see what happens. It'll be episode 100 either way. And I think Eris will be able to make it, yes, because this was the episode they couldn't make it to. So yeah, this is the one that's being thrown under the bus so that it can be at episode 100, thanks to me being at a resort 2 nights ago because I needed to be near the airport. And it was a lovely day of playing with my little girl in a pool. And then realizing that I hadn't swum for about 2 years and all my muscles are hurting. Anyway, there you go. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up now then. So let's start off with the outro, starting with John. How you doing?
Sure.
What's coming up?
Yeah, the rest of the day, I'm going to just be working on some personal stuff, so that's going to be nice. Toasty did not streaming today, so I don't have anything coming up this afternoon, which is nice.
She's in chat, I think.
Yeah, she's powering through, but her non-pederast legal counsel and health advisor, problematic white guy, told her last night, no stream Thursday because you sound terrible. So
good.
Yeah, you gotta take charge.
You gotta build up to it.
Yeah.
So from never streaming to streaming daily, like it would have killed me. It's bad enough now.
So yeah, aside from that though, we will probably be back tomorrow. I would imagine we'll also be doing a reality-based show tomorrow as well, and then we'll be back here for episode 100 on Sunday. And of course, I'd be remiss not to mention the Week in Culture on Saturday morning with Brian over on Honey Badger Arcade. And yeah, other than that, I will just be causing hate and discontent without even trying around the internet and various Discord groups and things. So with that said, safe travels ahead. Wonderful weekend going forward. Be awesome as always.
Beautiful. Ryan?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for watching the 99th episode of White Time Friends. I hope you enjoyed this wonderful episode as we roasted the all-black cast of Disney Who on an open fire, as we should. As for me, you can check me out over at Ryan Rogerathe. I'm the host and founder of Reality Based. I've already made a video for today. I will be making a few more. And once this show ends, I will be taking my father through how to essentially, what's the word? Wasn't not pay, because we don't pay fines on Reality Based. We just, what's the word again?
Rebut.
Dispute. There we go. Dispute a fine. So there you go. Because my father, he always puts his blue badge. He always puts his blue badge there because he's old and broken. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching. And until next time, bye for now.
Fantastic. Yeah, it's been a great show. It's been a lot of fun. We got through a surprising amount of stuff considering how much we actually had on the docket. So very good. Yeah, I'm obviously still coming down with a cold. I'm going to try and sleep, take some cough medicine, get some shut eye, wake up again in about 7 hours time, and I'll be back for hyperdrive time. Excuse me. I meant to do a gaming stream earlier on today, but unfortunately my PC was getting literally lifted out of its case and put into a new one and cleaned and thermal paste replaced and just full servicing, and it's obviously running a lot better now. I'd had enough after I got literally my computer bricked while I was live, and I had to leave, restart the computer, come back and rejoin the stream, which is just fucking cursed. So whatever. I was like, enough is enough. It's time to get a full fucking fix of this. I'm tired of these little issues mounting up. So I fixed them all. And good. Yes, it's working much better now. And I have several more USB slots too. So less fucking around with them. So that's always good. So nothing should stand in the way of hyperdrive time, even if I do sound like Satan himself when I first wake up in the morning now because I've got a cold. And I'll catch all of you guys there. Special thanks, apart from everybody in the chat, of course, and those who joined the Grift Force, and of course the mods, to MagesGuild about 1 billion times, Dramatical Law several times, James Opp at least a few times, and Furious Dan and Mephisto X. Very, very much. I think that's everybody. Yes, thank you guys. That was an amazing show. You really did me a solid there, helping keep the channel going, and everybody else who depends on it. So thank you, and see you in roughly 8 hours. Till then, I will leave you with the credits. Have a super duper time, and I'll catch you on the next one. Ta-ta for now.
Bye.
Later, all.
Bye-bye.